How's it going, y'all? I just wanted to do a quick video today. Turkey season's right around the corner. It started in many areas of the country. Well, not many, but some of the southern areas, and I believe Hawaii. The main reason I want to do this video today, I'm still consider myself a newbie turkey hunter. So most of my content will be for people that are getting into turkey hunting, maybe don't have any experience hunting, period, or didn't grow up hunting, didn't have anyone to take them afield, that sort of thing, because that's pretty much me. I'm not going to give a background on me, just to say this will be my 6th turkey season hunting. I think I've had some success. I have been busted by quite a few turkeys, but you learn from every mistake that you make. And I just wanted to talk about what happened today. I hunt primarily in Kentucky, as I'm a Kentucky resident. I do hunt Indiana as well. And today I did some scouting in Indiana. And I got there, and it's cold here today. It was like 30, 32, 35 degrees, windy. The area I was at is kind of elevated, and the wind was definitely cutting. So I figured I may not hear much gobbling, and I didn't. But once the sun came up, I used on my Onyx, and I went over that, and I've been on this piece before, and I knew turkeys were there. I've encountered turkeys there. I worked a gobbler there last year, was unsuccessful, couldn't pull him off private land. I did hear a turkey gobble. Probably, I want to say 8:30. Once that sun came up and it warmed up a little bit, and I mean, this turkey's hammering, and it's March 21st, I believe. He was gobbling. I mean, he gobbled probably, I'd say, 50 to 60 times within about an hour span. So the main reason I want to make this video is for 2 reasons. Number one is I've made mistakes before preseason where I've gotten too close to the turkey scouting. And obviously that's not something you really want to do. You don't want to booger these turkeys as much as possible, especially on public land, because it's not just for you, it's for other hunters as well. Obviously you want to try to keep these turkey happy and not skittish. They're hard enough to hunt as it is. So I kept my distance from him, and I kind of got a lay of the land. And of course, that's not saying that this turkey is going to be in that exact point once season opens in Indiana, or he's even still there and frankly still alive. With him gobbling the way he's gobbling, he'd probably be dispatched in youth season. But the main reason I want to make this video is when you're scouting, which I highly recommend. When I first started hunting, I never scouted. I would go maybe the evening of opening day of season here in Kentucky and listen for gobbles to see if I could maybe at least have a general idea where they may be roosted. And even my first season, my first tom that I took, I never even did that. I just got extremely lucky, was terrible on my calling. I just found a bird that just wanted to work, and he came to me. But the main reason I'll make this video is when you're trouncing through the woods, which you shouldn't trounce through the woods whatsoever. I learned this. This is a lesson I learned today. Take your time. If you are unfamiliar with still hunting, get familiar with that. I'm not saying that's how you should hunt turkeys, but when you're moving through the woods, especially scouting. Now, I didn't bring any calls with me. You know, it's illegal to call preseason, but I didn't even bring any locator calls, which in hindsight, maybe I should have at least brought a crow call. I've watched some videos lately where gentlemen talk about not bringing calls at all, just to keep quiet. So I figured I'd try that, and that did work out for me today. But I was walking out of where I had heard the one gobbler. I was kind of going back towards where I had parked, and I was going to go a little bit further into the piece because I just wanted to see if there's any sign. I had seen some scratching around in areas, so I wanted to go a little bit deeper in and see if there's anything. Well, long story short, I bumped turkeys. I bumped I saw 3 times at least, and I mean, probably there was at least 5 or 6 gobblers with them, or hens with them. I'm sorry about that. So my main point of this video is to, when you're walking through the woods scouting, or even if you're turkey, if you're hunting, just always be aware that turkey are really light on their feet, and unless they're scratching, they're very hard to hear. And they're not talking, they weren't talking at all. I had actually stopped to get a drink of water. I took my bag off, put my bag back on, and started walking, and I heard rustling in the leaves, and I looked up, and here goes a bunch of turkeys running, and one is putting. And I didn't booger them too bad. I just, if that ever happens, just stand still. Just don't even move. And I would recommend not to move for at least 5 minutes, because I have seen them come back. So what I did in that instance was I stood there for about 5 minutes, and then I creeped to a tree and just sat down and hoped that I didn't booger them that bad. They never did come back, but it looked like to me that some of them were unaware what I was, but clearly the one putting definitely saw me. And if you don't know what a putt is, that's an alarm call that they make when they sense danger, or their eyesight is so crazy they just see movement. I mean, it didn't take much for them to see me at all this morning. So again, just when you're walking through the woods, especially with the conditions I was in, it's really dry, crunchy. So almost treat it like deer hunting. I mean, you're walking through the woods deer hunting, you want to be quiet, right? You don't want deer to hear you, see you, smell you. So turkey's the same, except obviously they can't smell us. If they could, we would never see them, right? So just, that's a tip to some of you new guys that maybe are going in the woods this year. Definitely scout. 100%. You have to scout, especially if you're going to hunt public land in a different state, or even public land in your state that your residence is in. I highly, highly, highly recommend to put in the work and scout, because that will help you tremendously finding these turkeys. Because maybe some other states are great, maybe some aren't. I know Kentucky, we're pretty decent here. I've been fortunate over in Indiana. I haven't taken any turkeys there, but I have heard a lot of gobbling. I've seen a lot of turkeys. I just ain't that good. But I'm working on that, and I'm just here to try to help some of y'all that maybe don't have anyone to help you, because I didn't either. I'd like to do some videos on some mouth calling, or just calling in general, and tactics later on. But I hope you guys enjoy my channel. Maybe you like it, but mainly, like I said, this is more for newbie turkey hunters, and maybe some of my information will help you guys tag one of those gobblers this year. All right, y'all take it easy.